Okay, the map's Land of Fire, and hello to World of Warships. I'm in the Lightning, which is a Tier 8 Royal Navy destroyer, tech tree ship. Okay, this is where British destroyers or Royal Navy destroyers get interesting. We hit 5.5 kilometer D-Tech, so we're a ghost. We've got strong torpedoes, decent guns. I would say she's a true hybrid and a jack of all trades. If she has a weakness, it's her speed. Just over 36 knots, which is not too great, and there's no speed boost. But we get 6 short duration smokes that roughly last around the 40-second mark each, which are nice to have. And we get 3 long duration hydros. Short range but long duration. Very useful for spotting torpedoes and other destroyers in smoke. Okay, I'm going to cap B with our adventurer, who's pretty fast, faster than me, is heading over to C. I can get just over 37 knots out of her using the speed flag. Ships to worry about. Kagaro, maybe. Loyang. Thing about the Loyang is she's a smoke hydro boat. And my hydro goes to 3 kilometers, hers goes to 5. So she's got a 2 kilometer window in which she can punish us pretty hard. So we need to be aware of that. Look out for the Loyang. And RPF is picking up targets at A, so there are ships moving into A from Team Red. I'd kind of expect that at this stage. And initially, all I'm really going to do initially is try and find out where the threats are. They've got a heavy cruiser and 3 battleships to think about, and of course a Kagaro, which is a Japanese torpedo boat, another ghost, rather like me. But we share a very similar D-Tech, so I'm not too worried about him, because technically we outgun him with the 120mm improved L-class guns, because the Lightning is an L-class, developed from the J-class Royal Navy destroyer line, and she was considered a bit of a step up in her day. There's the Bismarck. Gonna pop the hydro on. Okay, so they've got a couple of battleships and a cruiser at sea. Yeah. No sign of the destroyers yet. Although I am getting... RPF tells me that there is an undetected target on the other side of that island. So we're just going to keep those targets lit. And then we're going to move across. I need to know what that target is. Yeah, I'm just going to make our cruiser man aware. Right there, mate. There's something sort of up there that might torpedo you. So be aware. Okay. Looks like he's going to turn away very wise. He's being pushed into by Bismarck. And he has a chance to withdraw. We do have a Picardy hanging around the cap down at G5. He's going to place some torpedoes here. And you can launch them individually, or you can launch them in spreads of 4. 8 kilometer range, 62 knots, and a D-Tech of 1.3 kilometers. They're pretty good torps. They do only have a range of 8 kilometers, but you know, they hit pretty hard, 15k plus damage. Bismarck's turning out. He has his hydro, so if his hydro's on, he's probably going to be aware of that torpedo wall and avoiding it. He did slow down and turn out, so I can only assume he saw those on his hydro. What a shame. Shame he didn't push. Because if he had pushed with no hydro on, he'd have gone straight into those. But this guy is clearly thinking and using his brain. Okay, good to know. You can tell a lot by launching torps at someone. This guy is wide awake and ready for trouble. And it is a Kagaro that we're dealing with on this flank. The smoke that I see at sea tells me that's where the Loyang is. So he's all the way over at sea, where we have a Tirpitz and a Massachusetts B and an adventurer. Okay. I'm going to hang around this cap and keep the targets lit for the Bacardi and our cruiser, the Aslain. Yeah. I'd like to know where the Kagaro's going next. I seem to have RPF fix on him right now, so... Is he really just hiding behind that island above me? Is he? Apparently so. Okay. Now I could smoke up and start farming the Bismarck with my HE, but he has 5.5 kilometer hydro and he could push into my smoke and detect me. I'm much more interested in what the Kagaro's doing. Also, I'm the only one spotting him at the moment. Our cruiser is right on the edge of spot range, as is the Bacardi. If I smoke up, he'll vanish. Okay, we got a hit with one of the torpedoes. That's sweet. I'm going to send some at the Atlantico.
Smoke generator activated.
And we're just going to smoke up here and do a bit of farming because the Atlantico is well lit by the Bacardi and the Tirpitz.
Smoke screen set.
Put a fire on him. And keep the gun pressure on. Getting some good damage into his superstructure. Torps are on the way. I think he's going to drift backwards out of my torp range. What a shame.
Torpedoes astern.
Okay, and yeah, the Kagaro has decided to torpedo my smoke, and also something's capping B. So, things to worry about. We need to figure out what's going on there. Okay. It's the Kagaro. He pushed up. While I was busy farming the Atlantico, he pushed up. Okay. We try some AP into his soft sides and we get almost 2.5k damage. He's returning fire. I'm just going to turn to avoid. And we're just going to keep slamming him with shells. He's reversing, okay.
Torpedoes to port. Problem solved, sir. Smoke generator activated.
Going to smoke up here because he seems to be winning that engagement, and we can't have that now, can we? More torpedoes coming my way. Interesting.
Smoke screen set.
Okay, we have no caps. So I'm going to need to go back and I'm going to need to sink the Kagaro. That's going to have to happen. This time, hopefully, I'll get the element of surprise.
The enemy is about to win.
Yeah, they win in just under 3 minutes, so everything to do, everything to play for. So far we got, what, 7k spot damage, and we've had about 207,000 damage thrown our way. Top right corner, that's where I'm getting those figures.
Forces, capture that area.
We need to see if the Massachusetts can hook us up. See, we've technically won on that flank. The Prince Eugene is fleeing, but they've still got their Loyang in the area, and I don't know what our Adventurer is doing. Stuck all the way out at E10 behind an island. F10, E10. What the hell? Fine. Okay, there's the Kagaro. Okay. And he's smoked up right in front of me, and I've still got over 2 minutes on my hydro. So we're just going to head into that smoke and light him with the hydro. He's moving out. He's aware. Okay. He's looking pretty low health. We should be able to finish him off with those. And we do.
We sank an enemy destroyer.
Run when you don't have the advantage, or use a short puff smoke to get out of there. And then when you do have the advantage, press that advantage with your hydro and your great guns. That is essential lightning play, my people. Yeah. So we can take this cap now with relative impunity. There is a Bismarck out there somewhere, but my RPF tells me he's above the cap over there. So we're just going to send some torpedoes over there to zone him off the cap. So if he does come hunting for the cap, he gets torpedoed. No, he's heading out and away. There he is. Okay, so we should be able to get this cap for the team. And then we're going to need to move up and get A. Otherwise we lose. They only have 3 ships, but they do have a cap advantage. There goes the Lo Yang. Picardy got him. Good. And there's B secured. And now we're just going to sail all the way up north along the 4 line to grab A. Or push the Bismarck off it if he's defending it. She's a great little boat, this Tier 8 destroyer. She might not be very fast, 37.9 knots with a speed flag. But the short puff smokes, the hydro, the good guns, and the great torpedoes kind of make up for all of that. And the detect is insane. 5.5 kilometer detect. You are literally a ghost. So you're very well equipped to spot for your team and to lay down supporting fire wherever it's needed. There's the Bismarck, still heading out. So he's left the A cap open for conquest. So we'll do just that. We've secured 2 caps so far.
The enemy is about
This
to win.
will be our 3rd. The enemy wins in just under 6 minutes. I don't know why he says that, just to put the fear of God into us all. The enemy is about to win. No, he isn't. He so isn't. If I've got anything to do with it, anyway. We just took the C cap. The Massachusetts and Adventurer working well together with the Picardy. I'm glad that the destroyer has plucked up some courage and rejoined the fray. I get it. Okay, if you're watching this video, I get it. I suspect the Lo Yang gave you a bit of a handful, right? You're low health. You got shot up. You got caught out by the smoke hydro trick. I totally get that. Just really want to secure the caps. That's another thing you can do, is just smoke up on the cap to make absolutely 100% sure that the cap is yours. Gun range isn't great. We've got 12.2 kilometer range on the guns, and that Bismarck is right on the edge of them. But we've secured another cap for the team, so that's 3 caps now. Spotting damage isn't the best, but 20k is 20k. It is what it is, so I'll take it. And there goes the Bismarck, and we're done. Fairly standard textbook lightning match. All right. And yeah, Silver League, this patch is weird. It's all tier 8. If you want tier 9 and 10, you have to go to gold. Yes, Massachusetts, you may have a compliment. You did good on C, my man. You did good on C. Okay, this time we're on Tears of the Desert. And, or Tears of the Cruisers, depending on how you look at it. I'm not running a full 21-point build, as you probably noticed from the previous match. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. My best captain, my 21-point captain, is of course in my daring, where he should be. But this guy's no slouch. We've got a 17-point captain here, and he's more than capable. So the plan looks like our kid's heading for B. U-190's undecided. Battleships are deciding how they're going to split. So at this point, we are literally just going to go to the furthest cap, A. And we're not trying to cap it, we're trying to spot for the team and see what we find when we get there. And we've got some interesting opponents in this match. We've got a Cossack, which is a sort of tier 8 premium version of this boat with an extra turret. He's got weaker torps but stronger guns, so he's something to worry about. We've also got the Z23 with his smoke hydro trick, another smoke hydro boat. 5 kilometer hydro. German. What else can I tell you about the Z23? Weak, high explosive rounds, but very strong AP. And then we've got 3 battleships to think about. Okay, RPF tells me there's something floating through the islands over there. That's interesting. That's an interesting line into A. One I quite frequently take myself. Meanwhile, our kid is capping B. So... not sure the U-190's AFK. Of course. It's going to make this even more interesting. And they've got a sturdy. Okay. So, RPF is picking up a closer target to the one that was in mid. Target's still there though, so it's something to be concerned about. There's an Iparanga moving in. Nothing's capping, and I'm not capping because look at my battleships, they're way behind. And if I want support on A, I need my battleships to be a little closer than that. And there's our first target, the Z-23, who I technically outspot by almost a kilometer. 0.7 or something stupid. I think it's 6.2 on the Z-23. Anyway, he's smoked up. Forced him to use a smoke. Now, we're not going to push into that smoke because he's got 5-kilometer hydro, so I'm going to back off and take a lazy circle round and into cap with my battleships now in perfect position to support me. I haven't forgotten though that there was a contact, I think it's a Cossack. I think it was a Cossack I caught sniffing those islands, so there may be a Cossack in nearby. So something to be aware of. I'll keep half an eye out for him, but RPF right now says he's far enough away to not be too much of a problem. Okay, we're going to sit on A and see if the Z-23 challenges. He does challenge. Yeah, and then he moves away because he doesn't like being lit.
Torpedoes are
He's dropped torps. Sure what he was thinking, why he was lit there. Dodgy game engine shenanigans. Okay, torps are easily avoided though. Okay, which way is the Z-23 going next? Okay, we got Iparanga using the island to shield him from my torpedoes. Our battleships are moving in line. Massachusetts is moving away. Strange. A 3 battleship push would be nice. I'm gonna send 2 spreads of torps. One on that corner and 1 spread at the Iparanga and see if we get lucky. Z-23's right there. Cossacks in mid but moving away. Z-23's coming straight at me. Okay, gonna put some fire into him. We've broken his engine. And torps looking good. Do we get him with the torps? Yes, we do. Okay.
Enemy destroyer blown up.
So basically what happened there was I set a trap for the Z-23 and he very politely took it. I knew his hydro was more than likely on cooldown because when he smoked up earlier he would have used his hydro to try and trap me. So it was a pretty good bet that his hydro was on cooldown so he didn't see the torpedoes when they came through. I read him like a book, didn't I? You know, it doesn't always pan out like that, right? Sometimes you Z-23 players hold on to your hydro. Sometimes. Especially if you think the other player has experience of smoke hydro. And sometimes you don't. But the first Blood Death Strike would be just fine and dandy for me. I'm happy with that. And we have the cap. And we've been doing some good spots. And now all I have to do is chase down the Iparanga and the Polonia. Or Kolonina. Yeah. Okay, Tennessee's pushing up. Cossack is, yeah, engaged with the kid all the way down at B, but has almost no health. Yep, Cossack's gone. Kid got him. Now, Cossack versus Kid. If the Kid uses his smoke well and his heal well, technically he can win the fight. The Cossack does, however, have DPM on his side. So if a Cossack catches you cold in a kid, you're dead. However, if you see each other roughly around the same time and the kid is able to use a bit of American smoke in the play, then things start getting a little grayer. And if the kid gets the jump, he can use his heel for sustain, and he can usually get you with his 127s. So, yeah, interesting. Ships dropping right, left, and center. We lost our U-190. Why am I not shocked about that? Not shocked at all. They've still got a Sturdy up and a Tennessee in mid. We've got a Massachusetts who's bows on and tanking them. Pretty even health-wise between the two. Kid's moving across to support the Tennessee. Not the Tennessee, the Massachusetts. I do apologize. He's probably going to attack the Tennessee. Meanwhile, the Iparanga's gone. And I'm now keeping the Polonia lit for the team. Yeah, I narrowly avoided my torps. What a shame. Okay, no problem. We are going to now move down to the C cap, because if we lose the B cap, we're going to need the C cap to maintain our points lead. Even if it's 4-3 and you have an advantage, caps are still important. I've seen teams lose random matches when they've got a 2-to-1 advantage because they didn't take the caps seriously and the other team did. So very important still to look after the caps. Yeah, you're not going to get massive damage numbers, you're not going to become a unicum or whatever doing this, but you are going to improve your win rate and you're going to make your team happy, and you're going to increase your chances of getting coal, well, steel actually, get it right, steel and gold for the rewards in rank.
Victory is in sight.
Yeah, Massachusetts got the Tennessee. I'm putting my hydro on. Colonia's caught up with me. But with our 5.5 kilometer D10, we are able to stealth launch at 5.9 kilometers. Crazy, isn't it? And he changes course instantly. I'm wondering if this guy's running priority target. If he is, he'll have been very much aware of my launch, and he'll be aware of this one as well. Because for someone without hydro, he sure as hell seems to know where all my launches are coming from, so... Another player with a big brain. Yeah, he's changing course again. Reacting to my launch. Interesting. Not this time. Not this time. We get in with one torpedo. Okay. No flood, but I'll take the 8k damage. Thank you very much. And we're just going to secure the C cap.
Has taken the lead.
Smoke generator activated.
Okay, we take the cap, I smoke up, and now I'm going to basically be farming damage and fires. There we go, there's a fire. Just taking some random guesses. If he holds the course he was on when I last spotted him, they should do. But we win the match. Yeah, it looks like they would have. Yeah, maybe not. Not so sure. But that's match. And that's been the Lightning. Hope you've enjoyed these matches as much as I have playing them. And if you have, don't forget to like and subscribe. Top of the team. Gonna compliment that guy. Worthy adversary. What's wrong with me? Complimenting submarines? What's going on? Good grief. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a very good mood. And the Lightning is such a lovely boat to play. Such a lovely ship. Do like the Lightning a lot. Okay, one last look at the build. As you can see, I was running that. As I showed you from previous, you could take this with your last 4 points. That would give you some more firepower for the guns. Yeah, that's an option. You could also build into the torpedoes to give them better reload. And those were the modules I was running. Okay, and I'll probably get that when I've got the coal. So I can enhance my hydro even further. And thank you all for watching. Thank you.